Are you looking for a unique holiday gift that will also do some good? Stick around until the end of this video for information from Fume Flavored Air. Something is happening in Trump world. This isn't being reported yet, but this is my take on this situation with Boris Epstein. Now, let me back up first before I give my special Jesse D take. Boris Epstein is a guy who's long been in the orbit of Donald Trump. He shifted over to Salem Radio and then worked for Sinclair Broadcasting as a propagandist for them, that conservative, when they overtook all of the local TV stations. It's very likely, certainly probable, that you have a Sinclair Broadcasting network in your area, in your local media market, and don't even know it. We have one here in Washington, D.C. It's like the Fox News of local news. They run ABCs and NBCs, and it's a mess. And Boris Epstein was one of their columnists, their commentators who would make videos and they would get played across local news. He's thick as thieves with Donald Trump, and I don't use that thick as thieves accidentally. And he's being accused, not by the media investigation, he's being accused by Trump people of trying to solicit money while negotiating with outsiders who want a cabinet position for those people to pay him upwards of, being reported, $100,000 a month personally to handle the transition and their being named to a cabinet position. It's just grift, grift, grift. And here's my take. Donald Trump wants him out. The Trump team, the Trump orbit wants him gone because they are outing him. It's not just the three people from this New York Times article. I'm going to read you the headline in 2 paragraphs. It's also up to a half a dozen or more that have gone to CNN. And this isn't intrepid reporting on the part of journalists. This is people in the Trump camp trying to get rid of, trying to out, coming public with this information that otherwise probably wouldn't have been made public. Here's the headline from the New York Times, so you have a fuller understanding. Then I got a clip from CNN, and they go into some detail. From the New York Times again, top Trump aide accused of asking for money to, quote unquote, promote potential appointees. President-elect Donald Trump ordered the investigation by his legal team into Boris Epstein, a powerful figure in the transition. Mr. Epstein denies the allegations. President-elect Donald Trump, his legal team, found evidence that a top advisor asked for retainer fees from potential appointees in order to promote them for jobs in the new administration. 5 people briefed on the matter said on Monday. Mr. Trump directed his team to carry out the review of the advisor, Boris Epstein, who coordinated the legal defenses in Mr. Trump's criminal cases and is a powerful figure in the transition. Several people whom Mr. Trump trusts had alerted him that Mr. Epstein was seeking money from people looking for appointments. 3 of the people briefed on the matter said. So, look. Obviously, the Donald Trump organization, Donald Trump himself, the people who orbit Donald Trump's fat head, they don't have a problem with this kind of self-dealing. This is part and parcel, pattern and practice, standard operating procedure for these people, these unethical ghouls, to be sure. The reason it's a problem now is he's ruffled too many feathers or caused too many problems and stress, and they want him gone. Or some other more nefarious reason that we just don't know about, but may learn. If you want a little bit more detail, here's Sarah Murray talking about this at length on CNN. It's like 2 minutes or so. Watch this, and really, this should come as no surprise or no shock to anyone that this kind of nonsense was going to take place. This is really just a repeat of the transition from 2016, especially surrounding, if you remember, all of the controversy, all of the ethical problems, all of the moral issues relative to fundraising for the inaugural committee in 2017. Watch this, though.
We are following more breaking news involving the president-elect. Sources tell CNN that Trump's lawyers are investigating allegations that a top aide sought to gain financially from his influence with the president-elect.
We have CNN's Sarah Murray on this. Sarah, tell us what you're learning. Well, we're learning that lawyers for Trump have been investigating whether Boris Epstein sought to gain financially from his access to Donald Trump and others in Trump's orbit. Now, this internal investigation that was confirmed to me, Kristen Holmes, and our colleague Kate Sullivan by half a dozen sources. Again, this is an internal investigation. This is not a criminal investigation. In one instance, though, the investigators looking into this learned that Boris Epstein requested as much as $100,000 per month in exchange for his services in one of these instances. And I want to tell you what Boris Epstein said in response to this reporting. He said, "I am honored to work for President Trump and his team. These fake claims are false and defamatory and will not distract us from making America great again." Now, Epstein has served as a senior advisor to Donald Trump. At times, he served as an attorney for Donald Trump. He's rubbed plenty of people the wrong way, but this investigation is an indication to how seriously some around Trump took these allegations that Boris Epstein was trying to charge people essentially for access to Trump and those in his orbit, guys.
And Sarah, Epstein has rubbed a lot of people in Trump's orbit the wrong way over the years, but he has managed to survive, and notably, as all these top cabinet officials were being named and ambassadors were being named, his name was not among those in consideration, right? What is his status right now?
Well, he hasn't been offered a formal role in the administration, but one of the initial recommendations that came out of this investigation, we have learned from sources familiar with the matter, was there was a recommendation that Epstein should be removed from Donald Trump's proximity, that he should not be paid by or employed by Trump entities. And as of at least Monday afternoon, that does not seem to be the case. The Trump transition is saying this was a broad review of consulting contracts around the former president and that everyone is moving together as a team. And Boris Epstein has been in Donald Trump's orbit for a very long time. He's very used to the kind of knife fighting that goes on around now the president-elect. He's rubbed people the wrong way in part because he talks about his closest to the president-elect and also because of the access he gets to Donald Trump. And at least right now, that doesn't seem to be changing, guys.
In any other administration, either Republican or Democrat, this would be a deal breaker, a problem. Instead, it's barely a blip. It's the reason I'm talking about this, even though I feel there probably will be little interest in this because it's just so obvious, it's just so regular, it's just so the norm, mundane, if you will, boring, if you will. But this is important. We have people who are trying to attempt to profit off of the formation of a government. That should gross everybody out, Republicans and Democrats included. And so the question really remains, why is the Trump campaign making this public, leaning into the conspiracy? Is it to divert from something more nefarious and more problematic? Or is it just he's such a bag of shit that they want to avoid, they want to get rid of him from the inner circle because of the stench? I don't know. I would leave it to you. What do you think? I invite you to this conversation. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting the work. You can click the join button below, $2 a month, become a channel member. You can go to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. All great ways to help support this work, help produce these videos, disseminating the truth. You can also follow me on social media if you're dying for a bad time. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. I'd love to see you. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another. If your local grocery store hasn't informed you already, the holidays are here again. Time to update that gift list. And wow, there's no shortage of garbage you can buy online. Isn't it always nicer to give gifts with a little thought? For that partner, friend, or family member in your life who is looking to build better habits. I mean, maybe that person is you yourself. Fume has just the thing. Fume-flavored air devices are a nicotine-free, non-toxic, and guilt-free way to break away from bad habits. With high-quality, fidget-friendly designs, Fume devices are a gratifying substitute for that faux pas of yours, or your friends, I mean. Physiology shows stopping a bad habit cold turkey is very hard on your brain. Fume works by replacing your hand-to-mouth fixation, calming nervous tension, and distracting you from your bad habit with a delicious flavor. Alleviate the quitting gloom and get with Fume. Scan this QR code or simply head to tryfume.com/Dollemore now and use code Dollemore to get your holiday gift game on point. Fume uses no batteries. There is nothing to charge. Fume is not a vape. It's not a vape. And flavored air isn't like vaping. If vapor was compared to sticky soda, Fume cores are closer to being herbal teas. With flavored air, you can satisfy your oral fixation through a system that utilizes no electronics or combustion, just delicious flavor. And Fume sure has lots of delicious flavors: crisp mint, orange vanilla, sparkling grapefruit, and the new peach blush. This holiday season, give the gift of better habits with Fume. Head to tryfume.com/Dollemore and use code Dollemore to get a free Fume topper when you order a journey pack. It's the perfect addition to make your gift even more special. And if you're lucky, you could even win one of Fume's limited edition gold-plated devices this holiday season. Again, though, not that this gift is being bought by you for you. That's tryfume.com/Dollemore, or just scan this QR code to grab yours now and make someone's holiday unforgettable. Trade bad habits in for good ones this holiday season with Fume.